Hello friends, you are welcome back to this exciting moment of teaching and learning process. We want to look at multiplication and division of fraction. The first example has to do with how do we multiply a whole number with fraction. We have 8 whole number multiplied by 3 all over 2. Now in this case, this is whole number, this is fraction. So you can make this one to look like fraction by saying it's 8 all over 1. So the first method we can use is to multiply this by this and multiply this by this. So if you multiply 8 by 3, that is 24. You multiply 1 by 2, that is 2. Then you can now simplify it. 24 divided by 2, that's 12. So the answer here is 12. That's the first method. Or you can decide to do it this way. 8 all over 1 multiplied by 3 all over 2. So you look at it diagonally. Is there any number that goes here? Here we have 1. So you leave this one. Look at this 2 and 8. How many times 2 goes here? 1. Here 4. So 4 times 3 is equal to 12 all over 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So 12 over 1 is equal to 12. So you can use any of the two methods. Now let's look at the second problem. For the second problem, we have 3 over 25 multiplied by 35 all over 27. So there are two methods you can use to do this one also. You can decide to multiply this by this or multiply this by this. So if you multiply this by this one, 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 3, 9 plus 1, 10. Then 25 multiplied by 27. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 2 is 14. 17. If you add 3 here, 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1, 5. So this is 5, 7, 6. So we have 675. 675. Then after that, you begin to simplify it to the lowest fraction, to the lowest 10. So 5 can go in 10 2 times, in 5 1 time. 5 can go in 6 1 time, remain 1. 5 in 17, 3. That's 15 in 25, 5. So if you look at it again, 3 can go. 3 in 21, 7. 3 in 13, that's 9. 3 in 13, that's 4. 3 times 4, 12. 3 in 15, 5. So the answer here is 7 all over 45. 7 all over 45. Now, this is the first method for this second one. So let's look at the second method. Let's look at the second method. You have 3 over 25 multiplied by 35 over 37. Now, for the first method, you multiply this by this, and you divide it by multiplication of this, and then you simplify. For this second method, you look at it diagonally like this, or like this. That is, you look up and down, or you look here and look here, diagonally. So look at 25 and 35. What is that number that can go? 5 can go in 25, 5. 5 can also go in 35, 7 times. Now 3 can go in 3, 1. 3 can go in 27, 9. So you now multiply the one on the top. 1 times 7 is 7. 5 times 9 is 45. So it's as simple as ABC. So you can choose any of the methods that you want. Now let's look at division part. We want to divide 8 by 4 all over 9. Now, what you will do in this case, the first thing, this whole number, you are dividing it by a fraction. The first thing is that you make this one to look like fraction by dividing by 1. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you change this one to multiplication. And then by the time you do that, you flip this other fraction. What I mean by flipping is that you find the reciprocal of 4 over 9, which is 9 over 4. So this 9 will go up, 4 will come down. So if you want to use first method here, you just multiply 8 by 9 and you divide it by 1 times 4. But I prefer doing it this way. 4 goes here, 1, 4 goes here, 2. So look at it diagonally. So 2 times 9, 18. 1 times 1 is 1. So the answer 18 over 1 is 18. So as simple as ABC. So there is division of a whole number by a fraction. Now we look at the fourth one, which is division of a fraction by another fraction. So you have 4 over 7 divided by 2 all over 21. So in this case, what you will do, you write this one down, you change this one to multiplication, then you flip this fraction, or you find the reciprocal of this fraction, or the inverse. What you mean is that 2 over 21, the reciprocal of 2 over 21 is 21 all over 2. So you change this one to 21 all over 2. Then you can now either you multiply this by this and divide it by multiplication of 7 and 2. But I prefer this to work diagonally this way. 7 goes here, 1. 7 goes in 21, 3. 2 goes here, 1. 2 goes here, 2. Then you now multiply this on the top. 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. So 6 over 1 is the same thing as 6. So this is where we will be stopping. See you in another class.